Hello everybody, how's it going? It's Owen here from Guelph, Ontario, currently in second year, second semester, and I'd just like to give you a little update on what's happening with my Trail of Life charity hike, which is set to start this April, so only a few months away, and I'm very excited about it. And I would first of all like to give a big shout out to those who've already contributed, both financially and material-wise, to this great cause and this hike that I'm going to put myself through because, again, it's for charity. It's going towards Red Roof Retreat and Heartland Forest, which are two amazing organizations both located in Niagara region that stand for both environmental awareness and involvement of all members of the community, including those with special needs. So those two are going to benefit and profit from me attempting to hike the Bruce Trail starting in Tobermory, Ontario, coming down to Queenston, Ontario. So I'd like to take a quick moment as a human being here to quickly describe what I'm excited for and what scares the shit out of me for this hike. Because inevitably, when you're planning for a 34-day trek in the woods, even though it's southern Ontario, it's not exactly the wilderness. There's a lot to take into account, and like I said, it's kind of the classic duo of things that I'm very excited and pumped and amped up for, and things that I am rather intimidated by. So I'm going to share those with you. What I'm most excited for, above all, it's the awareness. It's the awareness that I'm going to bring right to your tables about the environment and also the disabled community. And those are two aspects of my life that I hold very dear to my heart, and I feel it's very important that we're going to be raising some funds and money and awareness above all for those two things. As I like to say, I'm going to be walking and talking for those who might not be able to walk and talk, and that can include, like I said, both the environment and its wildlife and also our disabled community. I am also very excited on a personal note as a big outdoors geeky enthusiast that I'm going to be going through some incredibly biodiverse areas as far as Ontario goes along the Niagara Escarpment, which is a World Biosphere Reserve, and I hope to be encountering some incredible forms of wildlife, seeing some amazing habitats, immersing myself in some very interesting situations with regards to the weather and the habitats and environments I'll be trekking through, and that's going to be an exciting experience because if I get these awesome experiences along the way, I get to document them and show them to you and your friends and your family. And once again, that comes back to raising the awareness, which is what this hike is all about. And also, on a very intrapersonal note for excitement, I've wanted to do this and fantasize about doing this since high school. And that's very exciting for me that I've finally gotten around to doing this and just putting my foot down and saying it has to happen now, because I believe, especially with the environment in this case, that there's no time like now to raise awareness and give back and help out. So that's what I'm really stoked and excited for. Alright, now as a human being, there are also some things that admittedly that I'm perhaps quite scared of and intimidated by. And the thing that most people ask me right away with regards to that is, what about bears? What about rattlesnakes? And admittedly, those would be the least of my fears, although they do take precautionary measures. That is quite ironic that people would bring that up because that's why I'm doing the hike for species like the black bear or the endangered Massasauga rattlesnake. I am raising awareness for these species and their habitat, which is so important to them, and it's also important to us because people need to get back in touch with the outdoors and these natural spaces. What am I really scared of, if anything? Let me think this through. So, I'd probably say equipment failure would be a big one. What if a strap broke? What if my tent tore open on a really sharp branch? What if my shoes just went absolutely kaput one day, or I lost a shoe? And strange things can happen when you're on the trail for 34 days. So equipment failure, I've got all the backup that I can possibly get, and it's getting arranged right now. So hopefully I can tackle that properly and efficiently if it happens, and I'm sure it will. Next thing I'm scared of, I think it's really sad to say this, but I'm going to say it. We live in a society where I'm more scared of what people can do versus what animals or pets can do. So it sounds like a typical movie situation where you're stranded out in the woods and you bump into some stranger or a group of people and something ugly happens, and heaven forbid it does. In southern Ontario, these things aren't terribly common, but for security's sake, I'll be kind of discreet as to where I'm going to be with updating my status and my progress on the trail. So people, got to keep my wits about me. And the last one, and a big one, as a human being, once again, I can't help but think about this every now and then when I fall asleep at night. I guess my greatest fear would be failure, because failure to me would be a bit of a personal embarrassment. But that comes back to the fact that what I'm doing here, the keyword is an attempt to hike the Bruce Trail from start to finish. And what's happening is when people donate to this, it's not a matter of whether I complete the hike or not. If I sprain my ankle on day 5, get mauled by a bear on day 6, or who knows, any of these situations where I have to call it quits, it doesn't matter if I didn't make it or not. It'll matter to me, but it shouldn't matter to you guys, because it's all about the awareness, what I'm trying this for, and where the funds are going towards. So still, for me on a personal note, my biggest fear is failure, and all I can do is just stay strong in here and keep myself motivated and train as much as I can, and until then, I will keep doing those things, and I will remain as confident as possible, and I'm going to push hard for things that I believe are truly important, not just to me, but for everybody in our planet. So, that's the little gist of that, my excitement, my fears, a nice combination of both, and I'll keep you guys updated as we get closer to the hike. Once again, big shout out and thank you to all those who have already sponsored either equipment or donated financially. It's already kicking, and it's already going real strong with regards to the fundraising aspect of things, and I'm super happy about that. So thank you, and thank you. All right, we'll talk soon. Hope all is well, everybody. Thank you. Owen from Biophilic World. www.biophilicworld.com, or follow us on Facebook. Thank you.